Welcome everyone to the Hopkinton Center for the Arts Party with Your Pod, Appetizer Prep Cooking with Sabine. We are very excited. This is our second installment of getting ready for a party with a pod. We had our cocktails with Rachel.
Which is how you should start.
We absolutely start. Maybe have your cocktails while you were cooking.
I think that's kind of typical.
I think, yeah, that's maybe what we
definitely take a look at that one.
Yeah. So you have your cocktails ready, and now these are some wonderful suggestions for your party to get ready. So Sabine, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you from Sabine's Cuisine. And she's going to teach us how to get ready.
I am. I think the most important thing when you're going to host a party, or even if you're going to a party, do ahead. You do not want to be cooking and prepping and doing all this stuff when your company's there. Yeah. And you don't want to have to like heat things up when you get to a party. So this is all sort of a make ahead. And I love a theme. And I feel like our gala every year has a theme.
We do.
Right? Yeah.
Look at that.
So we went with a wonton theme this year. So we're going to do 3 different wontons, and it's all make ahead. And the nice thing is the versatility of these, because you can really fill them with anything. And so what we're going to do today is a barbacoa, and all the recipes are going to be posted.
Yes. Right? So everyone who RSVPs to the party will get these recipe cards, as well as a phone number in case you need to call Sabine if you have a question. She has graciously offered to be there to answer questions, but we will send you the recipe cards.
Yes. So all these recipes will be there. We're going to kind of go through the fillings quickly, but the key is the wontons, because that's, I use these because it's origami. I kind of think of art. We're HC. Yay! We want to be artsy. So the fun thing about these is creating some art with them. And we're going to do a barbacoa with beef, and which is a great make ahead crock pot recipe. You can have it for dinner. Let it sit for a couple days, and then we're going to fill it. And then over here, we're doing vegetarian, because you know people in your pod, everybody has a different like or dislike, and you've got to accommodate all those. So that's what Sabine's Cuisine does. We accommodate all of these different different needs and wants people. So over here, we're going to be doing our art. Are you ready for art?
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to come over here real quick. We're going to take our wontons, and this is just a regular cookie sheet. You can do mini ones, but when you're doing an appetizer party, you kind of want hearty. You want to fill people up, especially if they're drinking Rachel's cocktails. So we're going to take our wonton. I pre-greased this, and you're going to get to have some fun and just figure out how you want to situate these in here. So there's a little base for our food, and then it's just kind of some art.
do that. So what brand do you recommend?
This one, honestly, I found as a price shopper. It's, I'm not even going to say it.
Like, I don't even know where you look for these things.
All right, so it's typically over where the tofu is. It's usually in the vegetable area. They change it every week now. You can't ever find it, so ask someone if you can't find them. But these are the small ones. They have really big triangular ones, which you could use, but they're too big for this. They're too big for what we want. So this is what you're going for. They're nice squares, all right? Great. So she's going to work on her art over here. Yours are pre-baked. So if you decide to do some like sort of a protein, I went with barbacoa because that's what we had this week for dinner. And the more it sits in the juices, the better it is. And you want, again, you want to do this stuff ahead of time. So this was done ahead of time. We're going to be scooping some rice into each one. I like to cook my rice in coconut milk. It makes it nice and creamy and delicious. Then you're going to go ahead and do a little bit of barbacoa in each.
So are you saying you made that to eat for dinner one night, and this is sort of a leftover?
Yes. Taco meat would be really good in these. Pulled pork. Anything you can do ahead of time. So if you're doing a cooked protein, you want to make sure you pre-bake your wontons. I filled them just like Kris is filling, and I probably baked them for 5 minutes or so at 400. And again, this will all be in the directions that you're getting. So if you want to go ahead and fill those, we're going to do that.
Voila.
This is, look at you.
There's no wrong way to do them.
She's an artist.
So you finished yours. Let's go ahead and we'll take a couple more, and might as well just do the last 3. Here you go. Now, because not everyone at your party is going to eat protein, you want to have some sort of vegetarian option. I always recommend a vegetarian option. And this is going to be a spinach and artichoke filling that we're doing. This is awesome because it goes in a food processor, and the food processor does all the work for you. There's spinach, onion, artichoke. You could put garlic in there if there's no garlic. If people can have garlic, Parmesan cheese. This is a good clean out your kitchen, like your fridge. Like go in and see what kind of cheese you have left. I always have like feta in there, mozzarella. I use cheddar in this one. So we're gonna go ahead and just scoop in. You can use a scooper. I love a cookie scooper.
I don't use these.
Oh my gosh! And they just make a perfect little ball, and we're gonna fill those right up. If it's not enough, you can do 2 scoops. Fill them up. And I did big for these because the minis, when you're doing an appetizer party, you want hearty appetizers. One bite is good if you're doing a dinner party after, but if you're doing just appetizers, you want to fill your guests up, especially again if they're drinking some cocktails. So fill those right up. Now, notice hers are not cooked. We didn't pre-bake her wontons. This is because there's egg in this filling. And we want to make sure to bake that egg through. And if we did pre-baked, they're going to overcook because you notice these have some brown already to them. These are just going to warm because everything's already cooked that's going in them.
Got it.
This has the raw egg, so we're going to need to fully cook those through. So go ahead and finish scooping those in.
Well, use all of it? Use quite a bit of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
That's like the yumminess of it. The wontons are the pretty part. The filling is the deliciousness of it. And you can, again, like I said, you can fill these with anything. You could probably do like a bruschetta in here. I would drain some of the liquid because the liquid's going to create kind of a soggy bottom to these, like a base. But I also, to combat that, we're going to put these on the bottom rack. So go bottom rack on these. It depends on where your heat's coming from your oven, but a lot of it, that heat's coming from an element at the bottom. And so that's going to help crisp up.
It smells amazing.
Don't they look so good? All right. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to take these and put these over here in the oven. All right. These are going to go in. The barbacoa, because they're already cooked, they're going to need 5 minutes or so to warm up. The spinach and artichoke that's going in here, those are probably going to need closer to 10 to 12. And we're at a 400-degree oven, so we're cooking. All right, now that that's in the oven, we're going to work on our sweet treat. My 6-year-old is obsessed with sweet treats, so this is a favorite in our household. And because of the time of year, we're going to go apple. And I love to make this apple cranberry chutney. Again, the recipes, you're going to all get the recipes, and it's super simple. And how many of us have gone apple picking in the last couple weeks? And even the apples that have gone to the wayside, perfect for this.
Awesome.
And I like to throw cranberries in there for some texture. Now you're each going to have some of our famous wontons. And you're going to have a little dish of water. And this is where the art comes in. Okay, so grab a wonton. Don't be nervous.
I'm nervous.
It's okay.
I'm not.
You kind of can't mess these up. I do these at birthday parties all the time. And usually we're doing like pork wontons or turkey dumplings or something. So the first thing we're going to do is each take, hold on. Let me grab a couple more spoons. Because you're going to need those. We're going to go, the reason that I don't do these for the other fillings we did is you can't put a ton of filling in them, but we're still going to get enough here. You're going to take a little bit of our filling, and we're going to go right in the middle. On the first time you do these, err on the side of like less is better. You'll learn how much more you can actually add in. Then we're going to take a finger. We've all washed our hands. We've got clean fingers. And we're going to just go around the edges here.
Oh, I'm liking this already.
I know, right? We're creating our glue. Now, the first way to do this is just a triangle. So we're going to fold it over. And the key is the seal. So we're going to just get a nice little seal on the side here. Press it down. Make sure it's sealed so none of that yummy filling falls out. And that's our triangle. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 2, if you wanted to go further and make it a little more fancy, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of water on the corners here. And we're going to fold those over and seal them like a little hat.
Oh,
that's so cute. Well, yeah. And I like to, some people will cook doors. We'll put these up, face up like this. I sometimes will lay them down flat. It depends. See, very nice. And they all look different, and that's sort of the fun of it. All right, then the last one that I like to do, go ahead and take another wonton. I think I have two in here.
I love using
stick together.
this ingredient for sweet and
Yeah.
savory.
Well, that's the fun part is you can do, that's why I love a theme, because you can really do anything with it.
This is great for the kids too. How much fun.
And the kids love it.
Yeah.
So go ahead, we're gonna take a little bit more filling, put that in the middle. And I'm gonna just show you the most common ways that I do it, but really the combinations are endless. Let's go ahead and dip our finger in. We're gonna do another all around the edges, and just a little bit too much water, they fall apart. But the nice thing is there's like 48 in here. You've got a lot to play with. So if you mess up, just throw them in. Just throw them in. So we're gonna go ahead and just actually pinch the tops together like this. And then you're going to fold one side up to meet that middle. And then we're going to go ahead and fold the other side up. And again, our key is to seal the edges. So we're going to just crimp those, boop, boop, because we already wet those edges. And we're going to seal them up. And you have a little purse.
Aww.
It's like those little crab rangoons, which again could be another filling. Good to crab rangoons. So we're going to put those on there. And usually when I put those in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and spritz those with maybe a little olive oil spray so they get nice and golden brown. But I'm going to give you guys like a minute to go ahead and see what other creation you can maybe come up with.
Oh, good. I was hoping you'd say that.
The artsy side of you is like, come on, give me creative freedom. And it's really fun when I do those birthday parties to see what combinations the kids come up with.
Great idea.
Yeah.
It is
Because
great.
really you can do anything with them. And the only key is to make sure they're sealed because you don't want the filling oozing out everywhere. So go ahead. You guys do that. So far we've got our stuff baking in the oven and you guys are making our sweet treat. You'll also get directions for whipping cream, which is what we're going to be putting on top of these lovelies. And if you want to buy a store-bought caramel, I wouldn't recommend making your own caramel. That's kind of another show. So a store-bought caramel, throw a little salt in it. Salted caramel is like the thing right now. So throw some salt in it. What did you come up with? Like a little envelope there. Kelly's going all creative. All right, I'm going to do like a really basic one that I've seen some kids do. It's like called the envelope. All right, so I'm going to do that real quick. And then we're going to take our stuff out and plate everything. So if you're bringing this to a party, bake everything ahead of time. Get it done. They're all baked, ready to go. You can, oh my gosh. Look at that. Did you see this? Did you really see that? And it's sealed. That's all. That's the key. So when you're going to bring this to a party, most of this stuff can be eaten room temperature. Is it ideal to have it like super hot and piping? Not really. It burns people's mouths. The filling can get really hot. So if you bring it room temp, that is good to go. This is another one like just the regular rectangle. Yeah. So we've got all these beauties. All right. Well, I am putting this in the oven. Kelly. Are you ready? You're going to put together, we got to get our garnishes ready because that's like going to wow your crowd. All right. So go ahead. We're going to have you put together a pineapple mango salsa. So let's bring this up here. Okay. So we're throwing this in the oven. I'm not going to literally throw it. I'm just going to place it in the oven. And look, voila. These bad boys are done. Look at how pretty those are. Oh my gosh, those are gorgeous.
Yummy.
These are great room temperature, people. You don't have to serve them super hot. All right, so over here, we're going in and we're going pineapple. We're gonna go mango, chop them small. And then we're going in with our red onion. If you think people are opposed to raw red onion, don't do it. But I love it. I think it adds a nice like spice to it. And then we've got cilantro. There's some cilantro haters out there.
I don't get that.
Who are those people?
It's like a genetic thing. It tastes like soap.
Oh,
And I get it. I have a really good friend that has that issue. It's okay. We still love her.
That's okay.
And then I like to do a little red wine vinegar.
Okay.
Yep, just dump it right in. It's like about a teaspoon. And then we're gonna go in half a lime. Squeeze it
Okay.
right on there. Get it
A
on
lot of
there.
lime.
Yeah, especially
With
cilantro.
the barbacoa. So
Mm.
this is our topping and our garnish for our barbacoa. It's beautiful and it's just gonna brighten it right up. And then we've got some salt right over there. We're gonna about it like a teaspoon of, let's do half.
Half of it?
Yeah, sure, half.
Okay.
I love salt.
Makes everything better.
I have an affinity for salt. All right, so that's gonna be for our topping.
Okay.
I also pre-made an avocado crema. It sounds really fancy, but I literally took some avocados that were almost really far gone, like you feel them and they're really squishy.
Yeah.
Threw them in a food processor. I happen to have a little coconut milk. You could use regular milk. You could use water just to get it to this consistency. And then, I mean, many of us don't have a piping bag at home. I don't have a pipe. I'm not a like pastry chef, so I'm just a chef. And so what we're gonna do when we get ready to put this on top of our wontons is we're just gonna cut the little tip off right there.
Great ideas.
So perfect.
And then we're gonna be able to just put a little bit of this on. That's gonna be your job next.
Okay.
With a little bit of our pineapple mango salsa.
Awesome.
And then for you, are you ready?
I'm
We
ready.
need to cut a little corner off of our, this is our whipped cream. Homemade whipped cream. You gotta go homemade.
Oh,
Gotta go homemade.
I've never seen whipped cream in a bag.
I know. So I put it in, I whipped it first and then I put it in the bag. So
Oh.
here is our finished products. Look
Oh,
at this. I know. So I have to give credit to these tarts, the spinach and artichoke ones, to my friend Tracy. She came up with this recipe. So I'm going to give her credit due there. So you're going to go ahead and do a little sploosh of our avocado crema on just the barbacoa.
okay.
And we're going to go ahead and cut, did we cut the corner off that yet?
Yes, we did.
All right. And we're just going to do a little bit on our apple wontons. So we have a couple of options here for our vegetarians, for our meat lovers, and then you have to have a sweet treat at the end of the night.
And look how pretty.
Aren't they so cute? And I think it's fun to do a bunch of different ways. They don't all have to look uniform.
Absolutely.
Right?
So cute. We're using like a baggie.
I know. And if you have like a piping, like a pretty nozzle to put on it, fine. But like, how cute is that?
That's awesome. Do I put the salsa on top here? Is that what
You can put the salsa on top. Yes.
Beauteous.
So now that we have all our food made, like, how is this gala working? Like, I want to like sit and eat this with all my friends, but how are we doing this?
So let me tell you that it's on November 14th.
All right, mark in my calendar.
November 14th. Mark it down, save the date, and it'll be 2-hour gala. The first hour is all performances and testimonials. We have a Grammy-nominated performer. We have a Tony-nominated performer. We have a lot of our students and our teachers, and it's going to be a whole night. And Kris and I will be the hosts
Fun.
and be talking about all the different things. This is our, what is it?
Our sixth gala.
Your sixth one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you believe how long, and like, what a difference from our first one.
Oh my God.
I'm sure it gets easier as you go. Although COVID has not made this easy,
Yeah.
but I
Certainly
feel like
not.
you've come up with a very creative way to pull this off.
You know, you have to. So
You
we
have
had to
to.
pivot, and so we figured we want to be able to do this. Everybody looks forward to it, and we all kind of want to have a party, right?
Yes.
Like we can't party, so we said let's party with your pod. And so what does that mean? Well, it's you're probably podding. We're all podding here together.
Right.
There's people that you're with, and so have your party, make your appetizers, have your cocktails, and the second half of the night is going to be super special because we have DJ Mad Marge.
Ooh.
She is the DJ for the Today Show, and she's performed with Cardi B,
No
and she's performed with
way.
the Kardashians and all these amazing people. And now she's going to be in our party.
Oh
So
my
we're
gosh.
so excited. And it's all 80s music, so she has promised that you will not sit down the rest of the night.
place for
I
80s.
know, I just love it, love it. So we are really excited. HCAM has been incredibly gracious, and they will be
Yes, thank you.
broadcasting for us, and we just can't wait. It's really exciting. November 14th. Make sure you get your tickets.
Well,
for
it
that.
sounds like a fun night, and I feel like hopefully we've offered people versatility in their drinks and their food, and certainly if people have questions about other fillings that they'd like to do for these, once you know the technique of getting the cups done and folding these, it's really, you can go wild with the fillings and just have a blast with it.
That's great. Well, the name of our gala is Art Lights the Night, and I just have to tell you, with you and Rachel, you have lit up my night. This is delicious. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Celebrate with us on November 14th. Party with your pod to celebrate the HCA at our Arts Light the Night Gala. It's not arts, it's art.
It's
Lights
art.
the Night. Yeah. Art. I want. We have one.
That would be the takeout.
Oh.
You have absolutely.
So many of us are like.
Join us on.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Join us and celebrate our 6th annual gala for the HCA. Art Lights the Night. We'll have wonderful appetizers suggested by Sabine's Cuisine, cocktails by Rachel at Marty's. We have an incredible lineup of performances with a Tony nominee, a Grammy nominee, and we also have a second hour of DJ Matt Marge. We'll be dancing the night away to 80s
Great
music.
auction items.
Incredible silent auction items, including a trip to the Cliff House, tickets to Stephen Colbert. We want you to join us and enjoy the night and celebrate with us. Cheers!
A little long, but I think I can make it work. You guys have it?
Please keep the dog in.
I know, just